Hello everyone, today we have new video review, and as you can see this time we are going to check kit from Eduard, which is molded in 1/48 scale. That's a weekend edition kit, and it is quite special because, as you remember, previous weekend edition kits were featuring only Eduard plastic, well, maybe excluding the King Tiger kit, which was featuring the Academy plastic. And now we have another case of such approach to the weekend edition packaging. We have L-29 Delfin in 1/48 scale. Obviously that's not an Eduard plastic, that's AMK plastic, which is quite famous and it is nice. And now we have a chance to build it as a weekend edition kit with two marking options included, which you can see here on the box art. And that's a commercial sample, we will check it closer in a second. So packaging style is quite typical for weekend edition kits. As you can see, we have this blue box with two marking options depicted on the front. Both are quite interesting and famous, I would say, among fans of this aircraft. And then here we have again this tiger scheme depicted on the side. On the other side we have again two profiles shown side by side. And of course small paints chart in case you would like to know which colors you need for this build. That's a top opening box, which is again nothing surprising for mini art kit. Let's open it. Eduard kit, not mini art kit. And as you can see here we have plastic sprues packed into one plastic bag. Transparent sprue flies separate, let's say. And then we have assembly manual, decal sheet, and also some other bonus, which is quite surprising, that small PE thread. We will check everything one by one. So first I would like to start with clear sprue. Just give me a second to open it. Obviously the separate plastic bag will protect these canopy parts from any possible damage, like scratching or breaking off. At least they won't be lost in the box if they break off due to tight packaging. So here you can see this plastic sprue. Molding quality seems to be really great. I don't see any possible problems here. And of course you will be able to replicate open cockpit with these parts because, as you can see, we have separate sections which were present on the real aircraft as well. Now with this part I would like also to show you one interesting thing which might be handy for a nice result on your model. It is named as a L-29 T-face. As you can see, it is sold as a separate kit. And these are actually masks, but not the simple masks which will cover your aircraft only outside. They will cover aircraft also inside. So basically you can use it for interior painting as well. Some modelers really like it. Some modelers will just use external masks. But this T-face product is relatively new series, and you can order it together with this weekend edition kit or any other kit. Just remember this number, EX597. Okay, so we just checked transparent sprue, and now we are going to move on to these gray plastic sprues where we have all necessary parts for L-29 in 1/48 scale. That's surprising that this kit, L-29 in 1/48 scale, is already quite old, relatively old I would say. Even though it looks like it was presented, it feels like it was presented several years ago. Actually, it is more than that, and still plastic looks nice. I don't see any possible problems with it, and I think you will enjoy assembling this kit. It might be even recommended to beginners who have at least some experience, several models built already in whatever scale, but preferably in 1/48 scale. So here you can see first plastic sprue. This one is dedicated to fuselage halves. Both are molded together with tail segment, but rudder is separate. We also have separate nose cover because there you can open the radio station and radar and expose it to on the final assembled model. Here we also have landing gear legs, engine nozzle, landing gear wheel, two dashboards. These will stay like this because this is a weekend edition kit, so we don't have any PE parts included, but you can buy them separately if you would like to modify this. And obviously they will also add seat belts to the cockpit. And here you can see cockpit base, which looks really good. There are some pre-molded details, so with careful painting you will get really nice result. And note that here we also get some detailing as well. So even out of the box version without usage of the PE parts will look good as long as you pay attention to the right colors and careful painting of this model. We also have position elements inside those fuselage halves. Here you can see them on the left half, and here they are on the right half, so it will be relatively easy to combine these two parts together and get a nice finish between those two fuselage halves. Next we have smaller plastic sprue. Actually that's, let's say, double of them, because we have absolutely identical parts. Why? Because here we have pilot seats, we also have main landing gear wheels, and also fuel tanks and engine parts here. Molding quality seems to be really nice. Once you assemble this pilot seat you will be surprised with its detailing, because here you can see, for example, those side parts. They can rival with some resin kits even, but the only thing I would like to recommend to do is to add steel belts here, because these seats definitely deserve such upgrade. And again, molding quality seems to be nice, so I don't see any possible problems with these two parts or two frames. Next we have sprue with parts for the tail section. Here we have, for example, this tail wing, which should be glued out of two halves. We also have this separate elevator. Also some parts for external detailing, landing gear covers, antennas, everything is here. And again, molding quality is crispy clean, so you won't get any plastic flash on those parts, no matter what size they are. Next we have last gray plastic sprue. This one is dedicated to wing parts, so let's zoom out a bit. As you can see, parts division is a bit unusual, I would say, because we have two halves for each side. Of course, we have recessed panel lines and riveting present here. We have also separate ailerons and flaps, so you can use or modify them on your aircraft. Separate wheel wells as well. And let's flip it over. Why they're separate? Because they're pre-molded on the top halves here, but they look really nice. And again, we have also position elements here, so it will be easy to align these large parts together. And note that pitot tube is pre-molded, so be careful while dealing with those parts. Maybe even if you have a chance, replace it with some metal part, which will look even better. Next, as you remember, we have also this small plastic bag with PE thread. I'm not sure what those parts will be used for, but I guess for external detailing. So here you can see them. Let's bring them closer, because otherwise you won't understand what we have here. So here you can see this small PE thread, or lapped, as it's written in Czech here. Quite typical Eduard product, unpainted one, as you can see, so you will have some space to play with the shades, let's say, or the color shades on these parts. Next we have decal sheets. There are actually several decal sheets, which is quite surprising for weekend edition kit. I would like to start from the big one, because this one features, the big one features all decals for the tiger camouflage. Obviously professionals won't be doing this tiger camouflage with decals, but still it might be an interesting idea for those who like to do it fast without masking, because masking all those areas, I will show in a second, masking all those areas will be really nice work to do, especially in 1/48 scale. So just imagine cutting all those templates. This decal sheet is printed in quite nice quality. As you can see, we also have this numeration for each symbol, so it will be easy to understand which symbol to apply here and there. It is printed in Eduard, so as I said, quality is really good and it should be easy to apply those decals. And then we have, actually there are 3 decal sheets, because we just saw the first one, and then we have separate plastic bag with 2 more. Why? Because here we have main symbols for 2 marking options and also stencils. Again, those are printed in Eduard, so for example here you can see stencils. Let's zoom in so that you can see them closer. Printing quality is really nice, so there are no complaints whatsoever. And then we have another decal sheet with this. And here we have the main surprise in form of those decals for the seat belts, decals for the side panels, but I don't see decals for the dashboard. That's even more surprising, I would say. Actually, those are decals for the dashboard, so jokes aside, you can see them here. And again, printing quality is really nice. It's cool to see this anti-reflection surface replicated with decal. So some modelers who hate masking can use those decals, just apply them on the nose and it will be looking good. As far as I remember, original AMK kit did not feature such symbols, so you had to play with masks in order to get this finish on your aircraft. Then we have last but not the least component in this kit, that's assembly manual, which is printed in form of this small brochure. A short history note in English on the first page. Then we have parts map. Note that all parts are shown like used in this kit, which is quite surprising, I would say. Then we have here assembly process starting with cockpit. We apply decals on the dashboard, but you can also paint them if you would like to. Now we assemble the cockpit base. Note that some parts will have to be cut off, so don't forget to do it. And here you can see modification for the rear seat. Then we continue with joining fuselage halves together, as you can see here. We also assemble the nose section. And as you can see here, we have small rabbit, which reminds you to add the nose balance, because otherwise you will get the tail seater out of this Delfin. We assemble wings here, and note that manufacturers suggest to assemble it with folded up flaps. But it will be up to you if you want to retract them. You are free to do it, obviously. Then here we join wings together with fuselage. We assemble the tail surfaces, landing gear wheel, landing gear covers. Here we have also alignment scheme for the frontal landing gear leg. Here we can assemble the air brakes in open position, but it will be up to you if you would like to copy them like this. And these PE parts will be used for air brakes ends or edges. Here we can choose also the fuel tanks, which can be used only with B marking. And of course you have an option to open or close the nose section. A canopy installation here. We also installed the frontal section in open position, so you have two choices again, open or closed canopy. Here you have camouflage A, that's 11th Fighter Regiment, Žatec, Czech Republic, 1993, the Tiger scheme, which is quite famous. Here you can also see simplified view of application for this Tiger pattern. It's taken several pages. And here you can see the B marking option. This one is from 3rd Air Base Malacky, Slovakia, 1993. Of course, here we have also stenciling positions. And I think on this page we also have stenciling guide. So that's quite unusual weekend edition kit, because it can rival with some manufacturers' typical releases in 1/48 scale. In one box you get all necessary parts except PE parts and masks, but as I said, you can buy mask set separately, this one. So it will be up to you which version you choose. Don't forget that there is also limited edition kit available from Eduard as well. But even this weekend edition kit should assemble into a nice copy of the famous L-29 Delfin in 1/48 scale. Of course, I will be happy to hear your opinion about this kit here in the comment section below. If you like this video, press the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you won't miss any new video review. You can help us also by pressing the donate button on our website, and I will see you in the next video review as usual. See you.